So there's a stage in your lock journey that nobody prepares you for. And I'm not just talking about the frizz or the budding or the waiting. I'm talking about that moment when you look in the mirror and you don't even recognize yourself yet. My name is Joy, and I lived in that stage through a pandemic, through a pregnancy, through all of it. And I want to tell you what I know now. So let me set the stage. It's 2021, and I have made the decision that I'm done with relaxers, I'm done with heat, I'm done with weave, done with crochet braids, and just ready to embrace my natural hair journey through getting Sisterlocks installed. I knew what I wanted, and my hair was 6 inches long at that time. I actually tried to get my locks installed earlier than that, but I was told by some of the locticians in my area that most of them would only start on hair that was at least 4 inches long. So I had to wait. But 6 inches was workable, and that's where we started. Except my curl pattern had other plans. When I got my locks installed, I was so excited. But what I wasn't prepared for is that my hair shrunk. And what was 6 inches really looked more like 2, maybe 3 inches on a good day. And I just thought to myself, okay, this is the beginning. You knew you were going to be along for a ride, right? I knew I had chosen this journey, but choosing it and living it every different day are two different things. 2021, it wasn't just the year that I got my locks, it was actually the year that I became pregnant with my baby girl. Really, a few months after I started my lock journey, I got my locks installed, I became pregnant, and I gave birth all in the same year. And I had to figure out who this new version of myself was while I was going through all of the stages and changes of pregnancy. And this just wasn't any type of a slow build, it was a complete transformation of my entire life. I was going through every single pregnancy change, and I've been pregnant multiple times, but this was the most difficult in terms of symptoms. My face was changing, my body was changing, I felt sick all the time. My clothes weren't fitting. And then when I looked in the mirror, the way my locks looked, it really just wasn't what I was wanting. When I looked in the mirror, a lot of times I just felt really frustrated. It was a lot, and it was a lot to hold all at one time. And I think this point might resonate with a lot of you all. I feel like so much of my personal identity is in my hair. It made it even more difficult to go through that ugly stage while I was pregnant. It was kind of like I felt like I didn't really even know myself in that moment and at that stage. If you've been in a version of that moment, then I'm right there with you. I've been there too. But what came next, it actually really surprised me. So I did look really nice on the days that I was dolled up, but when I wasn't dolled up, you could really see the struggle in my face. And I did have my channel all during that period of time. This is all documented in real time, all during that period of time. But there was pieces of the journey that I didn't share or even feel comfortable to share at that time because I did really struggle with my self-image and trying to figure out who I was that year in particular. When I look at my photos back then, I feel like I was trying. Trying versus thriving, they're two different things. But I definitely was trying. I had the trying down. And really, to sum it all up, the short stage, it is basically the trying stage. You're not really sure what this is going to turn into. So it's a transition phase for sure. When I look back towards those photos and I see locks that were only a few inches long, and I know that my self esteem struggles I had at that time and how I felt, I feel very tender about that version of me. Here is what I know now that I wish I knew then. The short stage is not the ugly stage. The short stage is the honest stage. It's that stage where you strip away a lot of what's on the outside and you really find out who you are when your hair is not doing what you want it to do yet. When there's nothing to hide behind, you have to build your confidence from the inside out. And I really do think that's where a lot of the confidence comes from, the quiet confidence that you see in people who have had locks for a long time, because they've really went through a process of transformation. What I did, and this may sound small to some people, everybody may not agree, but I became very intentional with a lot of the other details surrounding my life. I couldn't really control my locks and what they were doing while they were growing and kind of in their early stage. But there were lots of other things that were within my realm of control that I focused on. One earring, one pin, one intentional morning at a time. I was previously a makeup artist for about 10 years, so I understood makeup and the power of transforming the face and colors and things like that. So I made sure I kept my makeup done. That helped me a lot to feel a whole lot more put together than what I would have felt otherwise. I wore my jewelry. I have several sets of Tiffany jewelry. It's kind of like that chunky silver jewelry. And that was a big accessory that really carried my look at that time. It just helped me feel very polished and put together. I don't think I ever took my jewelry off during that period of time. And I did a hairstyle that just worked for me whenever I was trying to look fancy in that particular stage. It's the same hairstyle as my favorite hairstyle, and maybe because it's so endeared to my heart because of everything I went through during that period of time. But it's just really simply this. I pinned my side up, I let all of this hang down, and I let my bangs hang down. That's been my favorite hairstyle forever. And it was just really, it's simple, but it's a lot of beauty and simplicity. I feel I love simplicity. And that really helped me a lot to just feel that I actually had a style. It said, you're put together, you're still here, and you're still you. The length didn't give me peace, but the journey gave me peace. And as uncomfortable as it was, and as imperfect as it was, that's how my lock journey started. So if you're there right now, you got your 2 inch, your 3 inch, your 4 inch locks. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy because it's not, but I will tell you that you're not behind, you're right on time. If this is landing for you, I would love for you to subscribe. This is the core of my channel. I've been documenting my lock journey for over 5 years, and I tell the truth about my lock journey in real time. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel just so you know that you're not alone here. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Bye.